I'm going to, for me, do a reasonably quick summary of what I thought of the 2014 Academy Awards, and I'll be going off the LA Times awards ballot, which I marked with my choice and the choices that actually won in several cases, and also make one or two side observations along the way. Picture, 12 Years a Slave, excellent choice, will stand the test of time quite well. Director, Alfonso Cuarón, Gravity, which you could say is also, besides the great technical achievements, it's a body of work award for Mr. Cuarón's undeniable achievements in the U.S., Mexico, and Great Britain over the last 2 decades. Actor, Matthew McConaughey, Dallas Buyers Club. Liked him very much. There's a part of me that would have preferred Chiwetel Ejiofor or Bruce Dern winning. But Mr. McConaughey was excellent in the film, although the personal hero tangent he took in the speech was kind of a bit over self-aggrandizing. Makeup and hairstyling, Dallas Buyers Club, good choice. Original song, Let It Go, sounds like Broadway, not as good as other songs from animated films I've heard before, and original score, Stephen Price for Gravity, good choice, and moving onward to Cate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine. I probably would have voted for Amy Adams for American Hustle, but in spite of all the recurring controversies about Woody Allen, Cate Blanchett was fine in the film, and it's one of the better Woody films of recent years. Supporting actor, Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club, good choice. Pretty good acceptance speeches he gave both at the Oscars and at the Independent Spirit Awards. Supporting actress, excellent choice of Lupita Nyong'o for her fine work on 12 Years a Slave. Adapted screenplay, John Ridley, deserved win for 12 Years a Slave. Original screenplay, I probably would have voted for Nebraska or Blue Jasmine, or maybe even Dallas Buyers Club. With her and Spike Jonze, it's essentially that it's a case of a brilliant subject that Spike discovered, but very draggy, lackadaisical sometimes execution, and maybe perhaps maybe a featurette would have been more in order, but it's the flavor of the moment, and a lot of people in the industry are, especially the younger voters, disagree with me. Animated feature, Frozen. So Disney Pixar wins over 2 commercial choices and 2 more artistic choices that were also nominated. Emmanuel Lubezki deserved win for cinematography for Gravity. and maybe some of the voters in the cinematography branch also kind of de facto counted the fine work that Lubezki did on his, well, fine work he did for Terrence Malick on what is probably Malick's some of his weakest directorial work to date that I've seen. And we'll let the curtain of charity pass. And I probably it would have been nice if Lubezki, Bruno Debenel for Inside Llewyn Davis, and Faden Papamichael for Nebraska could have all, had a three-way tie. Deserved production design win for The Great Gatsby. Gravity took, of course, sound editing and sound mixing and visual effects, which I think just about everybody expected it was going to clean up in the technical categories. Catherine Martin, the other half of Baz Luhrmann, costume design. Documentary feature, huge error to give it 20 Feet from Stardom, even though I like the film. It's entertaining, but I'm going to guess that the Weinstein Company pretty much, they went all out and had the cast doing lots of performances, and to be honest, I couldn't get more than 20-30 minutes into the act of killing, but given the great respect that the people who love the film had for it, I'm sure there are people that really regret its loss of a documentary feature Oscar, and I also regret the documentary branch being short-sighted and not even nominating Sarah Polley's Stories We Tell in this category. Editing, Gravity, foreign language film The Great Beauty, which now I'll have to go see it, and given that everyone raved about it like it was Federico Fellini coming back from the dead to make one more great film about Rome, that pretty much seemed like it was a lock for foreign. And I'll go ahead and pass over the shorts since I didn't really see any of them except for the clever Get a Horse from Disney that was the predecessor of Frozen, and at least in the original runs of Frozen, and just say that decent job of recreating the early 30s black and white look of Disney before, when you could still be raucous and the pristine hadn't set in. Okay, Ellen as host, a few jokes, okay, way too many soirees into the audience, got tiresome. And it's interesting, Seth MacFarlane last year does the We Saw Your Boobs thing, which went on and on, that production number, and this year we get Ellen, same producers, Marin and Zayden, and so this year Ellen kind of does something similar but shorter. She does a I don't want to see her junk joke at the expense of Jonah Hill, Wolf of Wall Street. And finally, let's wind up talking about women of Hollywood of a certain age and feeling that in 2014 they'll be subject to scorn and ridicule if they don't Botox themselves to the bloody hilt. and talking about Goldie Hawn, who looked, let's say she's at the lower level of trying to smooth herself out at roughly 69 years of age. And then we go to, and I'm not sure of age, we go to Liza Minnelli, who it's like I had almost to confirm it with somebody I was watching the show with that it was Liza Minnelli sitting there. And then at 81 years of age, and I had seen her like on, I think, TCM special a year or two ago, but she got way too damn much Botox shot into her. Kim Novak. It's like so much Botox that she could barely speak. It's like, why? You don't have to tell the industry to go blank themselves. You don't have to have your cheeks. I mean, you don't have to look like bloody Catherine Helmond in Brazil. That was a joke. It was a joke in a Terry Gilliam film. Kim Novak doesn't need to look like that. Okay, that's the summary of the 2014 Academy Awards and final remarks. Even though it was done as a commercial bumper, at least the Academy acknowledged the recent tragic and unnecessary death of camera assistant Sarah Jones on the location shooting of the Randall Miller directed film about Greg Allman, Midnight Rider. And also thanks to Bill Murray for acknowledging the work of his one-time collaborator, the late Harold Ramis, something that the Academy itself didn't seem to be moved to do on its own. So that's all, and thanks for listening, and hope to talk to you next year.